Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis on Bitcoin. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Microstrategy acquires 55,500 Bitcoin for $5.4 billion at 97,862 per BTC, making it the largest Microstrategy Bitcoin acquisition of all time. We'll also be discussing the latest updates surrounding Similar Scientific acquiring 297 Bitcoin for $29 million at $97,995 per BTC, as well as Bitcoin ETFs hit a new record with over 3.1 billion in weekly inflows. Now, Elon just became, obviously, the other week we announced him achieving a net worth of 303 billion. Well, now it hit a new high of 348 billion. Good Lord. We'll also be discussing VanEck doubling down on their big Bitcoin price target. Says key indicators continue to signal green. I'll be breaking down those indicators for you. We'll also be discussing a very bullish pump for the Trumpster in office, adopting a U.S. strategic reserve for the United States, sending the Bitcoin price action to $600,000 per coin while Trump's in office. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. If you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes and go ahead, subscribe and hit that bell icon. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod 1829. I'm your host, JV. It's November 25th, 2024. Bitcoin's corrected since 3 days ago. We hit the current all-time high, which is currently sitting at 99.9. Today, we're 94.9 and flirting with the 95,000 price range. And welcome everyone just joining the live stream. I'm streaming live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and YouTube. We got over 400 people here right now from all over the world. And before the end of the stream, we'll have several thousand people watching the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. But anyways, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Checking out Coin 360, you can see Bitcoin pull back some, just 1.5%, modest correction, maintaining at roughly 95 G's at the time of the live stream. Ether making a next run up 5% on the day, trading just shy of 35 hundo. We also have XRP up 5%, AVAX up 6%, Cardano up. A lot of the alts up, some are down. You know what I mean? And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're back at a 3.3 trillion total crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap just shy of 1.9 trillion. We got 207 billion of volume past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance took a seat back at 57.6%. Ether dominance currently 12.6%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got the Sandbox leading the pack again, up another 48% on the day, up 113% for the week. Lido DAO up 32% on the day, and Uni up 21%. And below that, Decentraland. So we have quite a bit of the gaming tokens making a run. Let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull, and I'll read those comments out loud. And checking out the crypto bubbles, get a visual perspective on the daily. The majority of the alts, I'd say overall in the green, maybe 60-40. And zooming out on the monthly, virtually everything in the green and pumping, which we love to see. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're still in extreme greed, rated an 82 as of today. Yesterday, 80, and last week, an 83 in extreme greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 178,066 blocks until having a 2028. Bitcoin may be 1 milli by that time. What are your thoughts? And we're currently on block height number 871,934. And you can currently exchange $1 for 1,040 sats. And by the time we surpass the six-figure milestone once and for all, it'll be less than 1,000 sats per dollar. So there you go. Shout out Grant Noakes. He just hooked it up with the $100 super. Good Lord. My son is on the way home from FAU Medical. Blessed. Well, first and foremost, happy to hear your son is safe. I don't know what's been going on with him, but this gong strike is for you and your son and your entire family there, Grant. God bless you. Let's go. Now for some TA, a little technical analysis. Action Jackson. In fact, we're just going to go straight to the charts today. We're not going to waste any time whatsoever. This is the charts via, should be popping up here, via TradingView. via Coinbase. We're right back above $95,000. This is live and in the flesh. The 1 hour chart, very lit right now. We do have some bear targets. I'll read them out loud to you. We have a bear target of 93.4, which can potentially happen, taking us a couple of thousand from the current price action. And we do have a super bear target in the purple sitting at 91.6. Overall, there is a rising wedge here on the 1 hour, and we do have a right shoulder as outlined here. And the bull target in the blue is currently sitting at $105,300. $105K in play. Send it. And zooming out from the 1 hour, again, this is brought to you via TradingView via Coinbase, number one crypto exchange, at least in the States here. On the 4 hour, very bullish as well. There's a bullish pennant formation sensation, and we do have the green target. You can see on your screen, sitting at $108,145. We did get some red corrective candles after, we were at like 98, and currently we're at just above 95, looking to make a run back up. And in 3 hours, we get another candle here on the 4 hour. And zooming out from there, let's get a broader perspective and go straight to the daily chart. The daily chart's been lit since November 5th, which was the Trump presidential election victory. Nothing but these Godzilla candles. A few corrective candles here and there. Overall, like we've been seeing here more recently, but nonetheless, we've been pumping since hitting 99.9, and since Jim Cramer called Bitcoin a good buy at 98. Yeah, we had a little correction, but that's just the inverse Cramer effect. Nothing to see here. And zooming out from the daily, let's check out the weekly. Y'all must have forgot. We just had the highest weekly candle Bitcoin close in history since the Genesis block 16 years ago. 3 green consecutive greens. Bring it. And we do have the bullish cup and handle target still in play at 124,000, which I personally believe is in play here. Q4, we got 5 weeks left to end 2024 before we enter the dragon in 2025. And zooming out from the weekly, we take a quick glance at the monthly chart, and you can see the big Godzilla candle, which is going to close in roughly a week. Hopefully it just continues this momentum. We can pump back above 100 G's, but you just never know. We may correct for the next week. Let me know your thoughts. I have a live poll in the chat on YouTube right now. I want to know when 100K. Will it be this week? Will it be December, Janbull, or Febbull? Holla at your boy. And there you have it, crypto bros. You want to know who the employee of the month is? Michael Saylor. Want to know why? Besides being Michael the Sailor Man, toot toot, it's because he just keeps buying the Bitcoin. He made that pledge, I don't know, like a week or two ago. We covered it in the pod. He's going to be purchasing up a modest $42 billion worth of the Bitcoin over the next 3 years. Well, he just made another $5 billion purchase, and he just announced it today. So let's break this baby down, shall we, with the $5.4 billion Bitcoin buy, making Microstrategy's largest BTC acquisition of all time. That's right. Microstrategy, the publicly traded business intelligence and software firm, the first one to put the bitty on the balance sheet, reported a substantial expansion of the Bitcoin hodlings in a new filing today, November 25th. The company acquired 55,000 of the Bitcoin for $5.4 billion of the dollars between November 18th and the 24th at an average price of $97,862 per coin. The purchase was funded through proceeds from recent equity and debt offerings, according to the filing. The latest purchase pumped the MicroStrategy total Bitcoin holdings to a massive 386,700 BTC, acquired at a cumulative cost of $21.9 billion at an average price of $56,761 per coin. Talk about dollar cost averaging. Booyah. Shakalaka. Almost up double on their initial investment. The firm's continued buying spree close to the Bitcoin new high, near 100,000, suggests it expects further growth of the Bitcoin value, driven by the rising institutional adoption and optimism over potential crypto pro-legislation under the United States administration with President Trump. And here's Saylor making the big announcement. MicroStrategy acquired 55,500 of the biddies for $5.4 billion at $97,862 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 35.2% quarter to date and 59.3% year to date. As of 11/24/2024, we hodled 386,700 of the Bitty, acquired for $21.9 billion at $56,761 per Bitcoin. Damn, Gina. It's going up forever, Laura. Microstrategy used the funds from a private offering. Check this out. Of 0% convertible senior notes due in 2029. That means there's zero interest on this money in which they borrowed, and they don't got to pay it back till 2029. And by that time, Bitcoin will probably be $1 million per coin. It's called the Sailor Put. It's like magic in your hands. Now, the notes offering, which finished November 21st, raised a total net of almost $3 billion, alongside the firm selling 5,500,000 shares under the ATM equity program to generate further $2.4 billion in net proceeds. These funds combined provided the liquidity to support the firm's continued aggressive acquisition of the Bitty. As of November 24th, MicroStrategy reported $12.8 billion in remaining capacity under the ATM program. And in its Form 8K disclosure, MicroStrategy detailed the use of the proprietary performance metric called the Bitcoin yield, which measures the percentage change in the ratio of the Bitcoin holdings as assumed to diluted shares outstanding. And as of yesterday, November 24th, the company reported a Bitcoin yield of 59.3%, up from 35.2% at the end of the third quarter. So to put it into layman terms, this measures the firm's focus on maximizing shareholder value through the Bitcoin acquisitions and making Bitcoin the primary driver of this financial strategy. And similar scientific, also big news as well, but I'm just going to share some of the headlines from X here. So yeah, I shared with you directly from Michael Saylor making the big announcement today. Also, you can see here, MicroStrategy bought $12 billion in Bitcoin just this month of Moonvember. Let that sink in. MicroStrategy acquired $12 billion worth of Bitcoin here in November. That's 1.6 times more than all the Bitcoin ETFs combined. The graph doesn't lie. Look at that. MicroStrategy. That's why I got to give Saylor Employee of the Month. It is what it is. And yeah, I shared a little earlier, breaking news. MicroStrategy announced buying another 55,500 of the Bitty. They now hodl 386,700 BTC. And the other big breaking news today, Semler Scientific acquired 297 Bitcoin for $29.1 million at $97,995 per Bitty, generating a Bitcoin yield of 37.4% quarter to date. It's called the Sailor Put for a reason. And 58.4% year to date. And as of November 24th of this year, they now hold 1,570 Bitcoin acquired for roughly $118 million at $75,000 per Bitty. Let's go Semler Scientific as the game theory continues in full effect. Let's discuss these ETF inflows, which are through the roof, which we love to see. Bitcoin ETFs hit a new record with over $3.1 billion in the weekly inflows. Bring it. U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs reached a record high of the weekly inflows as we continue the parabolic rally. Spot Bitcoin ETFs saw a net inflow of $3.38 billion for the week, November 18th to the 22nd, according to crypto tracking platform SoSoValue, marking a 102% increase from the previous week, $1.6 billion inflow. The figure represents the largest recorded weekly inflows for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. It also marks the 7th consecutive week of the positive flows. Now, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust IBIT leads the pack with roughly $49 billion. Hot damn, Larry Fink. In net assets as of November 22nd, as cumulative inflows of $31.33 billion. Meanwhile, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust ETF, despite holding $21 billion in net assets, continues to see outflows exceeding $20 billion since its launch. Where do you think all those outflows go from GBTC? Straight into IBIT, bro. And according to the data from CoinShares, they've already bought $37 billion of inflows year to date. Hot damn. The ETF inflows were driven primarily by the Bitcoin ETFs and have already outpaced the debut of the gold ETFs, which have been around for 19 years. Crazy, which only attracted $309 million their first year of trading. CoinShares reported the inflows into the U.S. were offset by outflows from countries like stupid Germany, who dumped their Bitcoin at 50,000 and as a result lost billions. Just got to rub it in. Sweden and Switzerland. Also to CoinShares, the recent Bitcoin price high was seen as a chance to take the profits shorts rather than double down on the positions. CoinShares data estimates total Bitcoin ETF flows of $3 billion for the week. Not too shabby. Short Bitcoin products also reached 10 million of inflows, indicating some investors are hedging against potential downside risk. Meanwhile, markets in Australia, Canada, and Hong Kong collectively showed the optimism, contributing approximately 70 million worth of the inflows. And as we all know, the new all-time high is roughly 99.9. Got so damn close, yet no cigar. When are we going to smash that six-figure milestone once and for all? Let me know, broskies. I got a live poll up right now, 100K. So here we go. Let's discuss Elon's new fortune. Check this out, broskies. Elon, the world's richest man on paper, hits a record 348 billion net worth. Hot damn. I remember we were just celebrating him hitting 303 billion. It felt like 2 weeks ago. So you can't make this ish up. So what is he up? A measly 45 billion in the past 2 weeks since Trump won the election? That's right. Tesla CEO and tech billionaire Elon is richer than ever, with his net worth soaring 348 billion. The record high boosted by Trump's victory of the U.S. Let's go. Elon's net worth hit 347 billion by the end of the trading day. That was on November 22nd. Propelled by Tesla's stock rally to a new 50 million funding round, valuing his AI startup at 50 billion. Hot damn. The previous peak, 335 billion, was reached November 12th, with Musk seeking almost a billion per day. Yeah, just a mere billion per day. Ain't nothing to see here. Then since the beginning of the year, Musk's net worth has increased 52%, which equates to a whopping 119 billion, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. The entrepreneur is now more than 80 billion richer than the next wealthiest person. His longtime friend, the Oracle chairman Larry Ellison, with 235 billion. Who the hell is Larry Ellison? I don't even know who that is. I thought they were going to say like Warren Buffett or something, the Oracle, whatever. We only have one Oracle we respect, and that's, JC Ice, our one and only CNA Oracle. But nonetheless, I digress. Tesla stock climbed 4% November 22nd, reaching $352 by the close of trading. Shares in the electric automaker have almost doubled over the past 6 months, 15% away from their all-time high of $407, hit 3 years ago, November 2021. The stock surged 45%. And I'm curious how many of you are vested in Tesla stock or stocks in general, maybe MicroStrategy. Let me know. I'm curious. So Musk's fortune comes primarily from his 13% stake in Tesla, worth 145 billion, and his 42% stake in SpaceX, which is valued at 210 billion in June. His net worth may increase by a further 18 billion from SpaceX, which is set to initiate a tender offer round next month, valuing the company at more than 250 billion. Personally, I think that is absolutely crazy, but anyways. Elon, who also owns microblogging platform X, is that what we call this? Microblogging platform, okay. Recently joked about purchasing the left-leaning news outlet MSNBC. On November 21st, Comcast announced that it intends to spin off its cable companies, including MSNBC. So Musk asked, how much does it cost? On a November 23rd, in response to Trump Jr.'s post saying, I have the funniest idea ever. And it says, if you buy MSNBC, I'd like Rachel Maddow's job. I will wear the same outfit and glasses, and I will tell the same lies. And that's according to Rogan. Now, speaking of Rachel Maddow, I remember in the book of Max, my favorite book by Max Kaiser, something he mentioned, and I think a lot of the broskies will be able to relate to this. And this is quoting Max. I'm not making this one up. I'm paraphrasing, though. No one has ever jerked off to Rachel Maddow. That's an infamous quote from the book of Max. I just wanted to throw it out there, broskies. I find that to be true, but you let me know in the comments. We discussed Elon's new net worth, being the richest man in the world on paper. And let's dive into our next story of the day, discuss this $180,000 target, and then we'll discuss a $600,000 target. Then we'll dive into our live Q&A and the uncensored version of the pod. And we'll be premiering some new jammy jams, a new music video for you today. So yeah, the headline here reads, fam. VanEck, major asset manager, they control over 90 billion, doubles down on their big Bitcoin price target. They also say the key indicators continue to signal green. That's what's up. Asset management firm and ETF issuer VanEck is standing firm on its bullish price prediction for the Bitty. In a new report, VanEck says the number of the key indicators the firm tracks continue to suggest Bitcoin is not yet in the late stages of the bull run. What does that mean? We're just getting started, broskies. Quoting VanEck here. Now, in uncharted territory with no technical price resistance, we believe the next phase of the bull market is just beginning. The bottom of the first. This pattern mirrors what happened 4 years ago when the Bitcoin price doubled between the 2020 election and the year end, followed by an additional 137% gain in 2021. With a transformative shift in government support for Bitcoin underway, investor interest is rising rapidly. We're receiving inbound calls at an accelerating pace as many investors find themselves underallocated to the asset class, while we remain vigilant like Batman for signs of overheating. We reiterate our cycle price target of 180 Gs, baby. Bitcoin has a number of key indicators we track continue to signal the green for this rally. And of course, we love the green, right, broskies? Happy 420, yo. VanEck also looks at the perpetual futures trading data, as perpetuals, which are derivative contracts, allow traders to easily leverage trade cryptocurrency. The perpetual market is balanced by funding rates that force one side of the market to pay the order to keep the positions open. The firm says that the biddy becomes overheated when the 30 displaced moving average, we refer to as the DMA, perpetual funding rates exceed 10% for 1 to 3 months. And here you're looking at the 30 DMA annualized perpetual funding rates exceeding 10%. VanEck also expects the new U.S. presidential administration, Trump pump, slated to be led by Trump, to be more accommodative to the crypto, of course, and helping boost further rallies to 2025 coming in view, because there will be no more war on crypto. Out with the Biden administration. Out with Janet Yellen. She announced her resigning. All the lizard folks are out. Gary Gensler, he's out. Jan 20th, last day. There's a new day here, and it's called the Biddy Day. In our view, this election marks a bullish turning point, reversing years of offshoring jobs and capital caused by the previous hawkish leadership. By fostering entrepreneurial dynamism, the U.S. is poised to become a global leader of the crypto innovation and the employment, transferring crypto into a critical industry for domestic growth and a key export to the emerging markets. So there you go, yo. Trump pump is for real. Now for our feature story of the day, broskies. I got a $600,000 Bitcoin price prediction from David Bailey, who is the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, as well as from Tuur Demeester, longtime Bitcoin OG and technical analyst. So let's break this baby down. David Bailey, he recently tweeted, quiet part out loud. At 60,000 BTC, Bitcoin plus crypto delivered 3 million plus single issue voters and spent 200 million plus this election cycle. Now here we go, prediction time. Next election, when Bitcoin is 600,000 per Bitcoin, we are going to deliver 30 million single issue voters and raise $2 billion plus. And then we'll be the most critical voter bloc in the USA. That goes for all the Bitcoiners out there. So give it up for yourselves. The strategic Bitcoin reserve is only the start. Let that one sink in. And we all know Trump said he will make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. At least his team recently confirmed that. I've been covering that all week here in the podcast. You know, Trump spoke at Nashville, and it was thanks to David Bailey. He actually organized Trump speaking at that event. So give respect where respect is due. Now, other very bullish tweets. This is coming from another analyst. This is Mikhail Van de Popp. He wrote here, and this is, I believe, a throwback. Let me just date it for you. This was all the way back on January 11th. This is the actual day that the ETF spots went live in the United States earlier this year. Again, January 11, 2024. This analyst wrote, the range is defined. 48,000 has been reached. Perhaps we'll go there again with a deal flow on the ETF approval today for Bitcoin. And lo and behold, they actually went live and it was approved. Dips at 36 to 40 are amazing to get. And here's the point I wanted to point out. Perhaps we'll go to 300 to 600,000 this cycle. This was before the news of the United States making a strategic Bitcoin reserve from Trump as president. So it can only get even more bullish if you factor that in. Now, another analyst I highly respect, Bitcoin OG, Tuur Demeester, he wrote here, and this was back in February, 1 month after the ETFs went live in the States, and 1 day after my birthday, he wrote, in 2021, Bitcoin topped at 69 Gs. I am targeting 200 to 600,000 by 2026, fueled by trillions in global bailouts and stimulus. And another reminder, this was prior to Trump winning the election. This is prior to any announcement of the United States stockpiling Bitcoin and the U.S. becoming a Bitcoin mining hub for the entire world. And this was off the back of a tweet he shared September 11th in 2019. I believe the next rally will set your hair on fire. Could go to 500 to 100,000. So again, respect where respect is due. Also another tweet of banks and governments. For example, the U.S. government today is already spending more on interest payments than on their military. Only way to keep going is to print an ocean of money. And as the money printer continue to go burr, the Bitcoin price is mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power. It's going up forever, Laura. And I'm actually going to go to my wall right now and just remind everyone, if you're not already following the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod, what are you doing? Please go follow me on X. I always include all the social media links in the description of the Rumble and on the YouTube. And again, shout out everyone for reposting the stream and blowing it up. You can see we already got over 1,300 folks live on X, and we have over 1,600 people total on stream as we're streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. But I'm just scrolling down my timeline because I just wanted to share a few specific tweets that I recently shared, which are relevant. Here's one of them. It shows you Trump holding 5.4 million in crypto, the majority of it being in Ethereum. And as I tweeted, he also holds at least one Bitcoin. I know this for a fact because he was gifted it from David Bailey at the Bitcoin Nashville conference, which was live streamed. I wasn't there in Nashville like Chandy 10 Music, but I was watching it and I saw them actually gift it to him. So yes, Trump has millions in crypto. Pretty interesting, right? Now, other things I wanted to share here. I shared Eric Semler updating you. I shared this update. Microstrategy literally buying 12 billion in Bitcoin just this month, which is 1.6x more than all the Bitcoin ETFs combined, family. And I'm getting to it here. Microstrategy, might as well call it Microstrategy, is now holding 386,700 of the Bitcoin. As I shared here, Bitcoin just had the highest weekly close in history, 124,000, cup and handle target in play, just as I shared during our TA. Now, here's what I wanted to pull up. May 15th, I called it, broskies. I don't often make predictions. 99.9% of the time, I just quote influencers and analysts and people I look up to. But for some reason here in May, I said, Bitcoin making major effing moves. 95,000 play, biatches. And lo and behold, where are we at right now? $95,000. So I give myself credit every once in a while, pat myself on the back. Nailed it. So there you go, yo. But anyways, family, welcome everyone joining the live stream. What's crack-a-lackin'? Bitcoin still flirting at 95 Gs. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show.